Hello, my name is Kurt. I'm coming to you because I'm very upset. I just got off the phone with my granddaughter. I told her how the Barack Obama wants to kill me. He's gonna have death panels and stuff. It came in my emails. She said, "No, Grandpa." "What are you talking about?" I said to her. She said, "The Republicans don't like health care that is run by the government. So that means they don't like your Medicare, they don't like your Social Security or veterans benefits. Basically, if they could, they would take them away from you. And they might even do that. We don't know." I said, "I worked for my Social Security and my Medicare, and I went to war for my veterans benefits. I deserve that money." So they love me. There are no death panels. Obama doesn't want to kill me. My granddad told me it all. Showed me. It's all lies. And now they want to take away my Medicare probably at some point. They don't like government-run options, and that's what my Medicare is. And I will not be loved again. You Republicans succeeded in making me look like a fool. No more. What you did was awful to make old people afraid of a lie. And now you might even take my Medicare because you don't like government-run options. That's it. We will stand strong together.
You lie to America about the evil of government health care because you people, not one,
Lawrence, you don't know who I am.
You liars about government health care is willing to repeal Medicare, to stand up and be consistent and say, "I hate government-run health care, so I want to repeal Medicare." Instead, you go out and lie to Medicare recipients that you're on their side, and then you tell everyone else government-run health care is evil.
Lawrence,
let's go to the crisis and cost.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You know that Medicare is a completely government-run health care system, and yet you're saying you would have voted for it.
And we today need to focus on eliminating the fraud, waste, and abuse in Medicare,
Okay,
Lawrence.
let's do that.
Why don't we focus on that? 21 in 3.
Let's go to the crisis and cost.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You know that Medicare is a completely government-run health care system, and yet you're saying you would have voted for it.
And we today need to focus on eliminating the fraud, waste, and abuse in Medicare,
Okay,
Lawrence.
let's do that.
Why don't we focus on that? 21 in 3.
And we will do all this. We will do all this without adding to our deficit over the next decade, largely by cutting waste and ending sweetheart deals for insurance companies that don't make anybody any healthier. So,
let's go to the crisis and cost.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You know that Medicare is a completely government-run health care system, and yet you're saying you would have voted for it.
And we today need to focus on eliminating the fraud, waste, and abuse in Medicare,
Okay,
Lawrence.
let's do that.
Why don't we focus on that? 21 in 3.
But your point's well taken, because even after we eliminate some of the waste, and we've gotten those savings from within the healthcare system, that's only 2/3. That still means we've got to come up with 1/3. And that's about $30 billion a year. We do have to come up with that money. When I was campaigning, I made a promise that I would not raise your taxes if you made $250,000 a year or less. That's what I said. But I said that for people like myself who make more than that, there's nothing wrong with me paying a little bit more in order to help people who got a little bit less. That was my commitment. So what I've said is let's for example, this is the solution that I originally proposed. Some members in Congress disagree, but we're still working it through. What I've said is we could lower the itemized deductions that I can take on my income tax returns every year, so that instead of me getting 36%, 35% deductions, I'll just get 28%.
And Mr. Limbaugh was perfectly happy to read on-air advertisements for a company that provides wills and living wills. After all, as Rachel also noted last night, living wills, just like advance directives, just like end-of-life counseling, is an unequivocally good thing. Which brings us back to the clusterfox nonsense that is Glenn Beck. After he called President Obama a racist with a, quote, deep-seated hatred for white people, his advertisers began to flee. They continue to flee. The latest, Conagra, Roche, Sanofi Aventis, and Radio Shack, bringing the total to about a dozen advertisers who have dropped Beck. He remains on the air for now, able to preach the same lies about health care reform, but Congressman Rick Larsen of Washington has a perfect rebuttal, as displayed in Larsen's recent town hall meeting.
The bill does not force people to change their health care plan. Now, folks will say that's not true, but I've got facts on my side, and you've got Glenn Beck on your side. So
My hero. As for Mr. Beck's hypocrisy on the subject, as assembled by The Daily Show, here is Mr. Beck lately.
America already has the best health care in the world. We do take care of our sick. You're about to lose the best health care system in the world. What does it mean for the rest of the world if we lose our position as the innovator, as having the best health care in the country, in the world?
But here was Mr. Beck when something personal might have caused him to speak the truth for about 5 minutes.
I'm just at home, and I'm recovering from some surgery that was scheduled and then went horribly awry. It was one of the most eye-opening experiences of my life to receive health care in the United States. This is one of the hospitals where the president of GE is going. If they don't care about the president of GE, you really think they care about, you know, schlubs that are just average working stiffs?
No matter how much the healthcare system would try to keep me down, I'm back.
A personal voyage through the nightmare that is our healthcare system.
We seem to be, Regina, a society or a system now in healthcare that is just trying to shove the patients out that door as fast as they can. Getting well in this country can actually almost kill you.
Or at least Bachmann. After the Minneapolis Star-Tribune reported that her son Harrison had joined Teach for America, was part of AmeriCorps, which she had described as taxpayer-funded liberal re-education camps. Bachmann sent out a fundraising appeal to her Looney Tunes constituents, alleging that the paper gave a full column to a hit piece on one of my kids. Yes, how true. What parent would not recoil in horror at seeing the following written about their son? For the first time, we have to rely on the charity of good kids like Harrison Bachmann to step up and help out at our school. Harrison must be a smart kid, a caring kid, must have been raised well. Thank you, Harrison, for your service. Here's hoping you inspire kids to dream and get inspired in the process. Oh, the pain, the shame. Gee whiz, Congresswoman, I get the boy to sue for libel. Raised well, caring kid, thank you for your service. No, that damned liberal media, always wrong. I think we do not appreciate the physiological specimen that is Michelle Bachmann, one of the world's largest, most vibrant egos, fully functioning despite no evidence of any other brain activity. Congresswoman Michelle, what does raised well mean? Bachmann, today's worst person in the world.